Hey, so what's up? It's your boy Charles here in Santa Monica, outside of Starbucks. Just answered a couple of emails. You like my sunglasses? I got them all in the spirit of Herbalife, baby. It's cool because I like green, so it really fits into my whole little vibe swag that's going on. I've always had green clothes, but yeah, just been sitting out, filling out a couple of, responding to a couple of emails, responding to you guys, and just wanted to. Speaking of which, one of my clients is contacting me now, but I'll call it back in a second. But basically, I don't know why I did this video. I just started recording because it was nice outside. I'll start off with basically my nutrition program. Pretty much, since I've been on my own nutrition program, um, a lot's happened. So lots happened. Um, it's as if I had. Let me take my glasses off so you can see my eyes. Eyes are a very powerful tool, so I always like to show my eyes so you know where I'm coming from. But when you start on a journey where you're basically transforming how you look, there's definitely a process that goes into it. And that's what I could talk about. I could talk about just for those people who are transitioning or switching into a different physicality. There's a lot of mental things that happen along with it. One thing that a lot of people don't realize when they start losing weight or physically changing is that the mind has to change also. Part of that is because a lot of times the reason most people tend to gain weight or as a result of gaining weight or being overweight, there are a lot of mental hurdles that come into effect in your life, as far as insecurity or maybe a reason why you gain that weight or maybe a reason why you maintain being at that weight. There's a certain thing that happens when you get to a certain point and you don't think you'll ever get to another another point in your life where you don't think you'll ever be that size, whatever, or whatever that goal that you have in the back of your head. Everybody has a goal. And anybody that says that they're comfortable, they're lying. I don't care what anybody says, they're lying, because if they had an opportunity to do something where they can really do something about their situation, their physical situation, they would do it. But what scares a lot of people is that they've tried it before and it doesn't work, and so they create this type of mentality that they're just destined to be at this position for the rest of their life. And a lot of it has to do with just uh, mentally believing that there's something bigger or more than what's where you're currently at. So for me, my weight's always kind of went up and down since I was a kid. Um, but the thing was, I was not able to maintain it for a long time. So for me, I can easily lose weight. Well, I won't even say easily because it's still hard. But if I keep my mind to it, I can get results really good, just as much as me gaining weight. So part of the last time I had lost weight on my own working out, cutting my calories back, which is the thing that most people do. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to eat. But for me, I'm 6'3", so I was scared if I ate more, I was going to get bigger, which in turn made me not lose anything because my body was in constant fat storage mode and it was not trying to get rid of anything. Our bodies instinctively, long time ago, we were always starving. So basically, anytime we ate something, it was because, or whenever we did eat something, our body would hold on to it because we was always in that state of always being hungry. We wasn't always able to just get food on a regular basis like we have now. We got fast food places on every corner, grocery stores. Back then, you had to get your own food. You had to hunt for it, grow it, find it, and it would be days sometimes where you wouldn't really have the food that you want. So it's natural for your body to stay in that starvation mode. The other thing is, a lot of people tend to crave sweets, and salty stuff. And sorry if I'm kind of going off of a tangent, but I'm just kind of saying whatever's on my head right now, in my head right now. But we naturally crave sweets and salty things because those are things that are hard to get in nature. Those are things that are hard to find. So when you have a craving or you do get those things, you want a lot of it. So that didn't change as we got older and times went on. We still, a lot of people either crave salty things or sweet things. So on top of that, the other thing is, oh, back to what I was talking about because I forgot what I was talking about. um, when you start to lose weight and your body physically changes, like for me, I have abs now. I never really had abs, like abs before. It was more like you hit the angle of a camera right, it's you got abs. You got the shadow hitting a certain way, you got abs. No, it don't matter where I'm at. I still got abs. I can see them through my shirt. I can do pull-ups, like little stuff like that. But the thing is, in your head, that doesn't register immediately. So you still have that mindset of where you were before you lost weight. So what happens is a lot of times people fall back into that habit of where they were and they end up gaining that weight back because, for one, they mentally didn't prepare themselves for the new state that they're in, because not only are you physically different, but you're taking up a different space. You're you're creating a different energy around yourself, and a lot of times in your mind you're still in that same old energy. So if you don't take the time to really sort through those issues, those different things that you have in your mind about yourself, you'll fall back into that position very quickly, like within weeks, months, if even that. So this time around, I'm like, I'm not gaining this weight back. So whatever issues or whatever things I have going on, I have to sort through that, because I'm at a point in my life right now. I'm always about moving forward, always about progressing. That's me. I'm not going to get older. I'm only going to get better as time goes on. So the thing is with me, I had to sort through that stuff. So you had to sit down, and a lot of times it's things that you don't even realize you had issues about. For example, I will say, I mean, I'm pretty friendly and I'm pretty social, but on another standpoint, I'm very introverted. So not introverted, but just I prefer to be by myself, just because I'm more comfortable by myself. I can just chill by myself. I don't really have to explain anything to anyone about anything. I just do it and that's it. So I found myself, as I've gotten in shape and then just being in a new environment with people, that without even thinking about it, I instinctively pull away from large groups of people. And so I had to sit down and figure out where did that come from. And without getting into all the details and all of that type of stuff, it's things like that that you really have to sit down and sort through, because what will happen is if you don't figure those things out, what will happen is you'll go back to doing what you did before. You just go back to eating or not caring about how you look or how you feel, and eventually you'll fall back into that same cycle. Because that's really what happens is people get into a cycle and they don't know how to get out. So they think that's their reality. But in reality, you created that reality because of the things that you repeatedly think and how you feel about yourself. It in turn creates your reality. So if you want to change your reality, change your thinking. Once you change your thinking, everything else will change around you. So I'll try to keep this under 10 minutes. But basically, and the sun's going down, so my light's not as good anymore. But yeah, when you start to get to that point of where you're physically changing, always keep in mind the mental aspect. You want to tap into those issues, and it might hurt, it might be painful, it might last for days, weeks, or months, but you have to do it. If you want to grow as a person, as a human being, you have to reflect inside yourself, because if you don't, you're just destined to basically be in the same position for your whole entire life. And you don't have to be in that position. You can change at any given moment. Like Jim Rohn says, you're not a tree. You don't have to stay in that position. If you want to change it, change your environment, change your thinking. So I'm about to end this, but yeah. So much for not having nothing to talk about.